Hi, this is Ernie again. I'm the guy who had $6 in his checking account to now having millions of dollars. Um, Market is not doing well. But for those who have learned how to leverage options to generate income, at least you are able to get a little bit of money back so that you'll be able to buy stocks at a cheaper price. So let me show you what I did. And thanks to one of my followers, I didn't realize that I was showing some personally identifiable information in my last video. So I ended up having to delete that one and create this new one. So thank you for letting me know. So let's go to what I did yesterday so that you guys will be able to see um, one, how I leverage options and how much money I was able to make just from one account alone. And so that you'll be able to learn to do the same thing. So if you look up, there is something that I did yesterday. I have something called TNA, which is highly leveraged Russell 2000 index fund. Um, and as you can see, it's the quality of 48. That means I have 4,800 shares or more than 4,800 shares for me to sell 48 contracts. Remember, one contract is 100 shares. I sold them at 51 cents. That's the premium that I received at a striking price 32. It's up there 32. And doing that on Wednesday, not even Monday. Monday, I would have gotten even more money, but I waited a little bit. But on Wednesday, I was able to generate $2,432.87. That's just in 3 days. Um, this, for a lot of people, might not be able to cover all their expenses, but it is sufficient enough to cover your bills, groceries, gas, and a bunch of other things. But remember, this is just 1 week. If you can repeat this every single week, the way I have, and if you do this 4 times a week, this is close to $10,000. $10,000 is equivalent to getting about 180 to $200,000 in salary. You could technically give up your job, live the way I do, play pickleball, spend time with kids, go have lunch day with my wife, and live the dream life that you've always wanted without being a slave to 9 to 5 job. So how do you do this? One, you need some capital because in order to sell contract, you need to own multiple of hundreds of shares. And two, there aren't that many like cheap shares that you could buy that pays well. That's not risky. And if you do individual stocks, it is really, really risky. That's why I tend to do ETFs and sell calls against it. But when you do that, you need a little more than a couple $1,000s. So if you go to saving money videos, I show a lot of ways for you to generate that capital. And once you generate that capital, you can do what I do, right? Beating down things or SPYs, and you just sell weekly calls 1 week after another so that you'll be able to generate this money. For me, fortunately, I don't need this cash. So what do I do? If you go to the top one, I buy I bought 80 more shares of this fund, meaning not this week, but next week after I do the same thing over again, now I'm going to be able to sell 49 contracts. And then week after that, I'm going to be able to sell 50 contracts, meaning every single week or every other week, I'm going to sell one more additional contract, helping me generate even more money. And this is what we consider compounding. If you get compounding on a quarterly basis from your dividends, yeah, it's every 3 months you get a little bit. This one, you could compound really, really fast. So learn how to leverage options in order for you to achieve your financial freedom. How do you do that? Saving money, build capital, and go to my profile. There's a video collection called Leveraging Options. It's completely free. I don't have Discord. I don't have WhatsApp that you need to sign up for. I don't have courses you need to pay. There's no subscription. Everything is completely free. So you watch and replicate with the shares that you already have or you plan to have, and you'll be able to live like I do, play pickleball and enjoy life. I know this is a lot of information for those who have never invested or never heard of options, but this is something that's relatively easy to learn. So please spend a little bit of time. This will completely change your life so that you'll be able to enjoy the financial freedom that I have and more than 50 followers of mine are currently enjoying. I know I'm going to get a lot of questions, but if you send me questions through comments, I'll reply them almost immediately. Please don't forget to follow, like, and repost. And if you have any sensitive information, feel free to send me direct messages, and I'll try to respond to them as fast as possible. Please learn, as this will save you from your miserable 9 to 5 jobs.